Hello everyone, so to get this video started, we're going to start by priming our skin so that it can kind of set in and look really good by the time we get to putting on our foundation. So I am starting with the BECCA Mattifying Primer. I'm going to put this on my T-zone because that's where I get the oiliest, if that's even a word. And then I'm going to put the Josie Maran Argan Oil Balm on the high points of my face to add a luminosity to the skin. Now onto the eyes. I'm going to start by priming my lids with the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Minor Sin, which adds a nice little sparkle to the lids. And I'm going to set that with the L'Oreal True Match Powder just to make sure that our shadows don't stick anywhere and that it's not tacky. Then we're going to go in with the NARS Liquid Laguna Bronzer. Sorry, it's kind of a tongue twister. And I'm going to blend this into the eye socket, really deep into the crease, and blend upwards towards the brow bone. This is going to add a lot of warmth to the eye as well as act as a base for the other crease colors that we're going to use. And we're also going to blend it underneath onto the lower lash line to add some more warmth underneath there and so that the look doesn't look top heavy. Then to build up that crease even more, I'm taking the lightest shade from my NYX contour kit and putting that directly into the eye socket of my eye, blending towards the inner corner and focusing most of the product on that outer corner. Then to act as a base for our lid colors, I'm going to be taking my Smashbox Cream Blush in the shade Beverly Hills and packing this onto the lid and then setting it with my Sephora blush in the shade Hysterical. Once you have that lid color on there, you want to make sure that you go in and blend everything together. The key to this look is to make sure that everything looks really soft and blended and blown out. Now to add even more dimension to our crease, I'm going to be taking a much smaller crease blush with the darkest shade from that NYX contour kit, and again blending that into the crease of our eye, focusing most of the product on the outer corner to add a lifted appearance. Make sure to keep blending to make sure that all of those edges are nice and soft. That's what's going to give you that nice, smoky, sexy look. You're going to see me go in here with a clean crease brush again to just keep blending. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the shades Moonstone and Tourmaline from the Anastasia Glow Kit in Sun Dipped. I did spray some MAC Fix Plus onto my brush before packing those colors onto the lid just to make the product appear more pigmented. Now stepping away from the eyes for a little bit, I'm going to add some of the Tarte Amazonian 12 Hour Full Coverage Foundation. It's kind of a mouthful, and I'm going to mix that with a few drops of the Josie Maran Argan Oil. I do use the light argan oil because I am a bit oily, but this just shears out the coverage a bit and adds a nice dewy finish to the skin. Next, I'm going to take my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer and put that underneath my eyes to highlight, as well as around my nose, on my forehead, and anywhere else I need concealing. And I'm just going to blend that out again with the same brush. It all does the same thing and just blends everything together. Now I'm going to tap out that concealer underneath my eyes so I'm not setting any creases, and add some of the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder underneath my eyes. I'm lightly baking. Then I'm also going to take some of that powder on a crease brush and blend out the edges of my eyeshadow just to make sure that it's seamless with my foundation. Then I'm going to take that same NARS Liquid Laguna bronzer that we used on our eyes and work that into the contours of my face, also around my jawline and my hairline to add some warmth. I'm not necessarily contouring with this, but it's just going to add a really pretty soft dimension to the skin before we add any other bronzer. I'm also going to use any leftover product that I have onto the sides of my nose to give the appearance of a slimmer nose without adding too much contouring. Then while making a really cute face, I'm going to take my Too Faced Matte Chocolate Soleil bronzer and I'm going to set the NARS bronzer that we had put onto this, and make sure you blend this down your neck. Now I'm going to add some of that Smashbox cream blush onto the apples of my cheeks. This does appear really bright, but it will kind of blend out and look a lot better towards the end of the video, so hang in there with me. Then I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of my Bare Minerals Loose Powder Foundation. I'm not using a ton of this, but I'm going to use this around my jawline and around my nose and on my forehead just to blend all of those colors together. You don't want to look like you have a ton of different streaks on your face, and it's also going to add some more coverage. Then I'm going to take that darkest color that I have in my NYX contour kit and put that just very lightly into the hollows of my face and blend it out with that foundation brush. Now back to my eyes, I'm going to blend out my upper crease to prep it for highlighting. Then I'm also going to take that lightest and darkest contour kit shade from the NYX palette, as well as that peachy blush color, onto my lower lash line just so that everything looks nice and blended together. This will also add a nice subtle smokiness to the eye. After you're connecting those colors up towards the outer corner of your eye, and I'm sure you guessed it, blend it all together with a clean crease brush. Then I'm going to be taking that lightest shade from the Anastasia Glow Kit, it's in the shade Summer, and popping that underneath my brow bone to highlight. I'm also going to add this into the inner corners of my eyes just to make them look nice and wide awake. Then I'm going to go ahead and apply tons of mascara to my top and bottom lashes. I'm using the L'Oreal Extra Volume Collagen Black Mascara. You could apply some false lashes if you wanted to, but false lashes just really aren't my thing, so I just stayed with the mascara and everything turned out perfectly fine. Then I'm going to do some highlighting. I'm spraying some Fix Plus onto my highlighting brush, and then I'm going to pick up that darkest shade, it's called Bronze, and putting that over my bronzer, and then I'm going to pick up that lightest shade and apply that just on the tops of my cheekbones and my nose, and that again is in the shade Summer. Then I'm going to go ahead and fill in my brows. I didn't really film this because I don't do anything crazy, but if you want a full video, comment down below. Then I'm mixing together my Buxom Gloss in Samantha and my Bite Beauty lipstick in Meringue for a nice nude lip. And then I'm finishing off the entire face with some matte Fix Plus. Once that's all dry, the look is complete. I hope you guys enjoyed this one and make sure to subscribe.